happening? And is off. Yam and I, both fueled up now, because remember food is fuel and we have to be ready for the day. Hello YouTubers, we've got a 5K on the rowing machine for me to do today. I've not really vlogged too much in the last 6 to maybe even 12 months of just doing training and doing different things, but I want to get a little bit of practicing and filming, but also show you guys the journey like we did back in the day of doing the daily vlogs for 2 years straight. If you don't know that, there are more than 1,000 videos on the channel to look back through, but for now we're just having a little bit of downtime pre-starting the warm-up for the 5K erg at yamsquad HQ. We've got a target from last time of a 15:56, and so I'm just aiming to step on from that a little bit, whether that's 15:55.9 or faster. Just about ticking the box of the training session and seeing if you can quantitatively measure the progress that you're trying to get with the training I'm trying to do. So, making sure all the cameras are correct. Camera number 2. Camera number 1, I think everything should be set up to film this 5K, and then after the 5K finishes, it will show you the memory once it's in the memory. But you may be asking, why am I doing a 5K just now? There's a couple of reasons for that. One, the 5K has always been my weakness, if you like. If we went on a scale of distance pieces, my 2K is decent, and then if you go a bit shorter, it gets a bit relatively better. Then as you get longer, it gets relatively worse. In the UK, the 5K is tested, so I would quite like to get back to, or close to, PB shape in the 5K, which is a 1540, and I did that years ago, 2016, and I've not been that close since. I have done this one previously, like I said, only a couple of weeks ago at 1556, which is pretty much the fastest I've been at this time of year since 2021-ish. I think 1552 was my fastest there, so a good start, and I would like to push on from that. And also, the 5K is a requirement for February trials, and it has to be under 16 minutes. So I've ticked that off, but for this one I don't just want to, okay, went just under the cut-off, that's it, done, moving on. Because it is such a weakness for me, I think it's really good to keep on pushing, and it's a good measure for me to see if that weakness or the weaker part of my fitness is improving. And then lastly, we do have other trials coming up, not just the February trial. I have been invited to the December trial from the performance of the November trial, which is a 2K spin, you get a minute to spin, and then 2K back down the course, which will take me longer than a 5K, way longer than a 2K, so it's good to get that long distance piece training in preparation for the trials in December. So hitting a few different points. Now, pretty much warmed up, we're about to start. Wish me luck, Yam Squad. Just gonna set up the phone with the splits and then see how we get on with this 5K. So recording, hopefully the splits should show up here somewhere. Wish me luck. And this one is, as it is training, it's not the be all and end all to get a good score, but again, having a good score is it's a bit of positive reinforcement for the training program. But ignoring that, this piece is going to be good training, it's going to be hard, regardless of score. So I'm just going to confirm my splits for last time, so I have them in my head so I don't go off super hard. So 37, 38, 36, 9, 34, 5. So I think on the first K, I went off at 37 last time, so probably just edge back on that one because my second K was 138. So switch those round so I can build through rather than going like this. So around about mid 37s, I think, to start off, mid to high 37s. So staying relatively relaxed with a 32, 33 rate. Okay. Right. So 15:53. So 2 or 3 seconds faster. Oh, but I tried to hold on to the step instead of slowing down in the second K, which definitely impacted the last few K, but proud to stick in that last 2K instead of, oh, this hurts more than the last time. Just keep on gradually stepping on, rather than just like, oh, it's harder. I really wanted more off, but realistically 3 seconds is a good change. And then, like I said, really good training. The last probably 1500 of that, especially the last 500, I could have just held, and my legs were saying no, no. That's why maybe you saw the rate come down, but managed to hold on, which very good training, wanting to push the lactate high so that I can, well, so that my body's used to that and it can keep going. Oh, there's obviously many ways to do that, many ways to push the lactate high and keep going, but like I said, this one is a little bit of my weakness. Turn the fan off, getting a bit cold. But I think overall, pretty solid work. Happy with that. Fastest one in November in a long time. 1 second off of my fastest in the last 5 years. And then just gradually getting better. So, I mean, ideally, as we progress, and if I do a couple more of these, I'm not sure if I will, but if I do more, just knocking off a second, 2 seconds, and if I feel really good, I can knock off more. But overall, really good training, ticking off that weakness box. So yeah, squad, thanks for watching. If you got to this part of the video, hard work. Let me know what your weakness is in rowing, whether that's 2K, 5K, 6K, 10K, 500 meters, whatever it is. Every individual is a little bit different. Oh, and if you did enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you think I could do anything better, let me know in the comments below. And obviously subscribe if you haven't already to see, I'm going to try and do more content like this, like the older vlogs where, yes, I'll do the big events like trials and races, but also in between times, not necessarily showing you guys what I'm up to, that obviously will happen, but also help me sort of, so I've got sweat in my eye, it'll help me get a little bit of that motivation to continue with the videos. Not that I don't need it, more so when you only do the events and say they're a few weeks apart, it can be like, whoa, what do these buttons do? How do I operate this? So keeping the skill alive as well as just having a bit of fun with it. So hopefully you're having a bit of fun with it with me on the journey. So now for me, warm down, get the lactate somewhat out my legs, fuel up. Because remember, food is fuel, and I'm gonna need some fuel after burning at that high of an intensity. And yes, I'll see you in the next episode.